I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Off the Rails Podcast. I'm your host, Kenny, and I'm joined by my good friend
Tony. And again, with this thing, it shows upcoming. It doesn't show that we're active.
Is it just because it's delayed, like a bunch?
I don't know.
How much delay does this new studio give us?
Not. It used to not is the problem.
For realsies and not pretensies?
For realsies. Like it should be going right now. It should be streaming. Like it shows that we're streaming on right here, but over here it's not.
Oh, so descriptive for our viewers at home.
Yeah, I know.
Right here, right over here.
Yeah. So, hold on. Okay, now we're.
And if you're thinking like,
Hey, you know what? It actually did the full intro and everything. So
oh, dope.
that whole awkward conversation, full
Too
on
easy.
in the stream.
No problem. You're probably thinking, hey, where's the other guys and how come you haven't introduced them? That's because it's just Tony and I today.
Yeah, they decided to be losers and not show up to work. So,
I can't believe they have a life outside of work.
Yeah.
All right. So,
for realsies.
who has a life outside of work these days?
Uh,
I can't afford to have
not
a life. No, I'm kidding.
me!
But you can't actually afford to have a life outside of work. Man, work has been crazy lately. You'd think that towards the end of the school year it'd start winding down, but nope.
Nope.
This week has been hectic.
Hectic. Absolutely.
Hectic.
100% hectic.
Hectic. I am looking forward to these trips coming up, though. I think that's going to be entertaining.
The ones this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the
going
ones
to be
coming
great.
up. I think that's
Yep.
going to be a lot
We
of
will
fun.
not say anything about them.
But
They are going to be great.
I like the idea that we've got a lot of trainees in the pipeline. That's pretty cool because that means I'm going to have more work in the future.
Do we have a lot in the pipeline? Because I know of a few. I don't know.
The way that the other two talk back and forth, it sounds like we've got 4 or 3.
4 or 3. Okay, yeah, no, that's good.
And with how no one else be doing training around these parts, I'm just going to have all the training hours.
I mean, there's other people doing training, just not me. I'll do all. I've got to do all the classrooms.
I've been doing all the training.
Yeah.
All the training.
All the training.
All the training.
All
I've
the
been
training.
doing all the training.
All the training.
All the training. It might turn into one of those things where it's one training in the morning, one training in the afternoon.
You know what? I like those days because those are long days.
Those are weird days for me because, like, after I'm done with the first training, it's like, it's over. Oh, I'm going to do that all over again now.
It's lunch, and then you're new.
You're here.
Let's go ahead and get started. Did you crack yours already?
No, I haven't cracked mine.
All right, let's crack them. Ready?
Hold on. I don't possess the ability to actually open cans too well, so hold on. Let me,
What?
I have a hard
Hold
time
on.
opening cans.
Wait. Back up. You don't possess the ability to open cans?
I'm going to lose my finger pressure right now if we don't
Ready?
Okay. It takes me a little bit. I can't quite get underneath
How
the tabs.
do you not?
It takes me a little bit. I got to, like, square my fingernail in there, and then I got to pull up and get my finger in there. I can't just grab it.
Okay, hold up. Like you are like you do so many things. You have all of these abilities. Like you come into something and you're just like really good at it. Most things. I can't wrap my head around the fact that you are not good at opening a can of water. A pop tab.
To be fair, it's called Death Wish or Liquid Death.
Liquid Death is the water. Listen, okay?
Not an ad.
That'll be the only time that we say it on here until they start sponsoring us.
Oh, yeah, to be sponsored by water company.
Please, Liquid Death sponsor us. They have flavors.
I
They
don't
have
need
tea.
flavors.
They have tea.
I'm
They're
gonna
not
continue
just
to
a
mock
water
this.
company.
It's just
I
convenient
really
to
like
have
it.
water downstairs for when we're down here.
I really, really like Liquid Death. I'm not going to lie.
But when I'm upstairs, I'm just going to get water from the faucet.
That's
Faucet water doesn't bother me.
What's that?
Faucet water doesn't bother me.
It does. The faucet water here in our town bothers me, and I can't explain it.
Doesn't bother me. I also have a filter pitcher in my fridge in case I want to use that too.
Yeah.
I do think it tastes better from the filtered pitcher, but
So I think
doesn't
this
bother me.
I think this is what it is because I used to not be bothered by it. Okay, I grew up here, for the most part, and in her the place over there, the other town.
oh,
Yeah,
Hermekistan.
Yeah, there we go. I lived in both of these places for most of my life, but then I moved to a small town called Spray. Okay,
Oh, we're gonna say that one.
and huh?
We're gonna say that one.
Well, good luck finding it. Okay, there's 150 people in the whole town.
Yeah, but if I just Google here, let's see what Google Maps says.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Google.
I'll Google Maps
it.
spray and see if it pops up. See if your cover's been blown.
Google that
Anyways,
right now.
you grew up in Spray.
No, I didn't grow up in Spray. I only lived there for a few years.
Okay, so he didn't grow up in Spray, and it's meaningless to his childhood.
But that was where I got spring water for the first time in my life.
How do I spell such a thing?
Well, you see, I wasn't going to say that either. Ha
Okay, well then you just tell me if I'm wrong.
I will. I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. I've told you this before.
Huh?
I've spelled it out for you.
Oh, well, look at the top search result.
Yeah, but they would never know that.
How would they not? You told them the name.
No. You said they'd never know that.
Look at that right there. Dead center in the middle of friggin' nowhere.
I told you. It's dead center in the middle
I've
of
been there once, and it was for a
So,
funeral.
okay, so two things. Number one, I had no problem saying the town that I currently live in or the neighboring town. I had no problem saying that. I've said it
Man,
multiple
that's really
times.
down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I've said it multiple times
Holy
on
cow.
stream before. I legitimately could not get the word Hermiston out of my face just a second ago. I tried. It would not go.
Man, that is really in the middle of nowhere.
150 people in that whole town.
That is small.
If I would have graduated with my graduating class, I would have made 4.
Spray. No pictures of your school, huh?
Oh, there's plenty of pictures. You just gotta find them.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, somewhere here on the main drag is where I did the funeral.
Yeah, it was at the church.
Yeah, it's the front doors.
Hold on. Let me, because I'm watching. All right, so you go around the curve, okay? All right, stop, zoom in.
Assembly of God Church.
Yeah, that right there. I was gonna say that's the church right there. And then right next to it is the city park.
I'm gonna see if he's gonna drop me to. Yeah, this right here.
Yeah.
This is where I did the funeral at.
That's where I started being minister.
Wow, this is a lot bright sunnier of a day than when I was there.
That was where I first became a Christian and where I started my ministry training.
It's really tiny in there.
Yeah, it is. And then that building right next to it.
This one?
Yeah, that was my foster home.
Really?
Yeah, I lived with the pastor.
Oh, there's a park right next to your house.
I told you that's the city park.
Well, that's convenient for
Yeah.
a little kid growing up. Yeah, no, so there was no room in there for us originally. So when I played taps for the funeral, because I was in military funeral honors, I played taps right here next to the street.
Yeah.
And I had to wait till traffic had driven by so that I could start taps so that it wasn't overwhelmed by this semi driving by.
Little logging trucks.
Man, I don't remember it being so desert-like.
Oh, no, it is. 100%.
I don't know.
Juniper everywhere. So if you go up that hill there.
Which one? This one?
Nope. Turn around. Up that hill right there. That was the mayor's house.
Oh, apparently Google truck didn't go up his driveway.
No, I don't think they would.
This is the John Day Highway, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How do I exit out of this? There we go. So 207 becomes 19.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? says 207 right here. Then it goes back to saying 19 right there. Oh, Google Maps, you confusing beast. Where's John Day in the grand scheme of things here?
It is further south.
Oh, it's way down there.
Yeah,
Why is that the John Day Highway?
because
John Day's all the way over here.
it goes through John Day.
But 26 goes through John Day, not 19. Or 207.
I don't know,
26 should be the John Day Highway.
dude. Highways are weird. Okay.
Yeah, they are. Highway 87, that's a popular one.
They had a rodeo not too long ago. I missed it. I wanted to go.
This is where my mom grew up, right here.
Where is that? I can't see it. Just tweak with the focus.
Wrong direction.
Keep going. Keep going. Oh yes. Yeah. I had a friend that who lived there. I worked down there a few times.
Yeah, that's where my mother is from. My dad, believe it or not, is from... to our viewers at home, I'm sorry. My dad is from Chicago.
Chicago. It's top.
My dad's from Chicago.
Like Neighborville or
I don't know exactly where. But he's from Chicago and they moved to Oregon for I don't remember a whole lot of the reason why. My dad was incredibly athletic when he was young. And he still maintains a lot of that
athleticism.
talent. Not athleticism, the talent from it though.
Mm-hmm.
Because his body just can't work the same way it did when he was a kid. He's obviously gotten older and he's really letting himself go. But man, he has all the talent from those days. So if you can catch him on a good day when for some reason he just can do things. I mean any sport whoops my butt at. We go bowling, crushes it. We play ping pong, crushes me at ping pong. I was like, there's no way you know this. He's like, you have no idea. Back in my day, we don't have anything. So it was good at ping pong or have a massive TV and be rich. Which apparently he did have at one point. He was describing to me how all the neighborhood kids would come over to his house to watch Saturday morning cartoons because they had the biggest TV on the block. My dad was super athletic and he's very talented. Just about any sport, he could crush it. Like he can nerf anybody at the golf club. He's just whatever you put him at, he just does it. I was like, you're too big, you're too old. I'm young, I'm spry, I'm athletic, I have way more agility. I can destroy you at ping pong. Nope. Bang! Who are you? What have you done with my father? I don't get it. I can do more push-ups than him, so
I think your dad's a secret agent.
Maybe.
That's what he was. He's a secret wet work operator.
Secret wet work operator?
He's like Mark Wahlberg.
Or
Russell Crowe.
Let's see. I have an aunt that lives down here.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's my closest aunt. Another one that lives super not helpful for the viewers at home because I'm not saying anything. And the aunt that lives there, she trains horses.
She what?
She trains horses. She lives there, but she doesn't like live there. She's out of that area because she's looking for clients, but then she usually lives on their ranches and trains their horses for horse racing. The problem with that though is that it's actually a dying sport, horse racing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going away. There used to be this great big huge horse track in Walla Walla. It's gone now, all of it. That was a great place. I grew up in Walla Walla for the earliest part of my life, and the carnival would come in when the races were going, and it was awesome. I really like Walla Walla. Walla's a great town.
I think I lived in Walla Walla for a brief moment when I was a kid
You wanna say
with
something funny?
my Aunt Juge.
I have taken trainees all through these towns. All through all of these towns, I have taken trainees. I've gotten so close to this. I've gotten up to here and then turned left, and then came back through here. I've done that twice. There's this really funny town. There it is. What's the name of that town, Tony?
Touch it.
It's Tushi.
Tucci?
It's Tushi.
Touche? It looks like touch it.
It's Tushi. It's the town of Tushi, and it's itty bitty little town. The reason I know about
That's
this
like
town,
spray.
the reason why I know about this town is because when I lived in Walla Walla, and we went to go visit my aunts, we would come from Walla Walla right here, which for some reason doesn't want to populate on the map. We'd come from Walla Walla, drive down the 12, go to Tushi, and then come in on the 730, cross the bridge at Umatilla, and then go here.
Hmm.
And then when we left Walla Walla, my family actually moved to Pilot Rock. Halfway through my 4th grade year, we moved to Pilot Rock. And then I finished out 4th grade in Pilot Rock, and then I started 5th grade in Pendleton.
You've been here ever since.
And I've been here ever since. Man. They still have Wreath on the map.
It's still a place.
Doesn't have its own post office.
Nope.
It's smaller than Spray.
It is.
It's just residential places now. It uses Pendleton for its post office.
There's a town called...
I don't know why they insist on putting Gopher Flats up here as if it's a location for anything.
They paid for it to be one.
What? But it's still just... It's not an actual location. It's just part of the mission.
Mm-hmm.
That still says...
Yeah.
It still says Mid-Columbia Bus Company. Oh, man, we... That
That was a horrible rating.
I want to see now.
You gonna look at the reviews?
I want to look at that. Oh, what? Oh. Oh. 36 reviews. I called today, this is back in 2017, to see what was going on with my cousin's bus. He goes... Anyways, I finally got through to a girl and I simply asked what was going on since the bus hasn't shown up, and I don't want to click on more.
That person doesn't work there. There was nobody there by that name.
Hannah Young with the 1-star review. Yeah, cool. The bus company is very understaffed. Can't get a hold of anyone most days. My son has not been picked up from my house and the school on numerous occasions. Plus, now I'm being told my son may not have busing for the beginning of school. Well, I mean, if I don't have employees, I can't pick up children. Welcome to the world of contracts. Bully Llama, what a name. Worst bus company I have ever dealt with. Not only do the drivers speed while children are walking on the side of the road, since this town has no sidewalks. That's not true. Most of the drivers are rude to the students. They're always running late for, and I'm not going to click more. Mike King, 1-star review. Extremely rude and confrontational. The absolute worst service. Late 30 minutes every day on one bus, and the others show up 5 minutes early and then leaves early. Impossible to deal with them. Pendleton School District has to hold this terrible company responsible for the mayhem they create for working parents. I don't think parents understand logistics at all. Another 1-star review. Milo's sister is on a bus and she hates it because the bus driver is so rude to her. She does nothing and hets yelled at for nothing. The bus driver threatened to leave the kids at school because they were talking a little too loud. Sure, because I mean, kids are innocent, never do anything wrong. I'm obviously being the devil's advocate for a lot of these comments. I'm not saying that service has been
So
perfect.
that guy right there
Yeah.
actually worked for us.
This is a 5-star review. Holy cow. This bus company does an amazing job at taking care of kids and getting them to and from school. They're members of the community who always strive to give back to the place they call home. Oh, that was about... Hey!
Hey!
Look at that! Hey!
The audience at home just lean, just listening to us cheer. We can't really say any of this.
Hey, it's one of our friends. They're doing the best they can with the little they have. It's a great place to apply if you want lots of hours and above average pay, or just a job to kill a few hours out of the day. Cool. Another 1-star review. Bus driver on Simba, always threatening us. Kicked 3-4 people off the bus, and someone had their foot in the aisle and got kicked off the bus, and the kids up front, their favorites, had their foot in the aisle, and he didn't say a word about it, just yelling, telling us to shut up. That sounds like a kid that got...
That is absolutely 100% a kid.
Yeah, that's 100% a kid.
because,
Obviously,
because he
violating
he ended the sentence with telling us to shut up.
Worst bus company ever. Phone line been busy for a whole day. Needs new owners or someone that knows how to run a company. I got on the bus and the bus driver had his pants down and was stroking his meat.
That is a horrible accusation.
Following around 4, it appears the Thor bus is really very courteous. I don't know what to make of that comment, but I appreciate that it's trying to be nice. Another 1-star. The Brutus driver. Wow, this is an old one. It says 4 years ago, but I don't think Brutus was around 4 years ago.
No.
Not a chance.
No.
The Brutus driver wears headphones, very unprofessional. I tried honking, and he couldn't even hear. And that's the guy who has our children's lives in his hands.
Brutus wasn't a male driver.
Was it called Brutus during the time of Nasty Pillow Dude?
Oh.
I'm thinking that's who that might have been, actually.
Yeah.
And in which case, maybe, actually. This
Now
could be a
that,
founded one.
yeah, now that you bring that up, yeah.
Pat Squatch Conrad. The only thing Mid-Columbia Bus Company has going for them is the safety of our children. How's that a 1-star review?
Thank you.
Thanks. That's kind of like the premise. Absolutely the worst bus company ever. Worthless company. Gave a 1-star review.
That name sounds really familiar.
She also has given 42 reviews in her lifetime of giving reviews.
Yeah.
So this is a frequent offender. Beat a chick up, fun. What? It's a 4-star review. 2 years ago. It wasn't even a company 2 years ago. Rogers, let's draw. Paul is so rude to us.
What?
Sure. Hey, we know this guy.
Yeah.
Awesome place to work. Oh, cool. 5-star review 5 years ago. Kermit here. I draw. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Good to know.
Hey! We're seeing a lot of cool people all of a sudden. He just gave us a review 3 years ago.
Yep.
What? Just randomly 3 years ago?
Well,
He's given 3 reviews in his entirety. And one of them was for a company that was just in the death throes.
oh. That last name, that's I now understand the...
This one?
Yeah, the last name. The last 2 names on there, that is actually the last name.
Oh, this is a student.
Which is now I get the 1-star reveal on.
This person's named Joe Mama. The reviews have gone away. There's just
stars.
Stars. Man, I was really enjoying reading all this stuff about them. So, Are we on Google Maps yet as our company?
I don't think so.
No.
No, we're not.
No, that's not it. They're supposed to be up here.
Yeah, and we're also not there.
Hey. Oh,
But
holy crap.
like our big boss man is supposed to get us. Excuse me, our big boss man is supposed to get us on there, but hasn't yet. There's been some sort of hiccup.
Well, yeah, I mean, this isn't working out too well for them. No, is it? I am Karos. Where is the one here?
Near the airport.
Where are you? Right here? This one?
Yeah, it's near the. No, that's the Troutdale Airport. You're looking at the Portland one.
Well, I'm wanting to know where
Well, just type it
this
into
one
the
is.
thing.
You see that?
Oh,
Where's that
over
one at?
by I think it's on Hogan.
Sure, I have no idea where Hogan is.
Just type in the name.
Hogan?
No, type in the company name and then the city, and it should give you. Yeah, see?
Whoa. Oh, it's only got... Really? Mid Columbia had a bajillion reviews. This one's got...
Small towns are going to complain a lot more. Bigger towns will complain a lot less, believe it or not.
And only one of them's got words.
Yep.
There better be a ton of Yelp reviews.
Yep.
They doesn't look like they have a really big yard. Unless I'm terribly wrong about that. I'm terribly wrong. I was terribly wrong.
I was gonna say, let me see it. Go to the satellite view. I can show you. Okay, so yeah, across the street, that's where they store their buses.
Because this is the building.
That is the driver's building. Yes.
And then this is the yard, huh?
Nope, that's only part of it. Now,
Where's the rest of it?
well, stop going down and go to your right. Nope, the other way.
This is my left.
Now go down. There's the rest of it.
But this is a different business.
Nope. They lease out part of that to another business. That is also their shop where they work on the
So
buses.
they got other buses up in here?
Absolutely. That whole corner is filled with buses.
They don't have enough parking.
Yeah. So everything you see, those passenger vehicles, everything at the bottom of that moving its way down to the south.
Is this their parking as well? Or is this...
No. That's not their parking. That is it.
So
right
this is
there.
the building that our boss grew up in, huh?
Yep. And that tiny little building down there,
This one?
that's the fuel island.
That's convenient.
Yep.
Not very entertaining for a podcast right now as we're just reminiscing about the world over Google Maps. Oh, man.
Well,
I'm really glad that we started the...
started the what?
The last move. That's
Yeah.
been pretty entertaining. How do you feel about it?
I like it. It's a good take on an old game. You know, D&D was a good take on it. I like
It doesn't really use the D&D mechanics, though. The module that we're going off of uses its own stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I like the storyline that we can get going there with it. So for me, as like trying to be a voice actor type person for Your Move Studios. It's really fun because I can really get into a different kind of character and kind of stretch out my different accents and things like that I can do. If that makes any sense. And I really like that we were able to bring in a new kind of, quotations, cast member, player for it because...
Our friend Mike.
Yeah, because I think he provides...
A different personality.
Not just a different personality, but just it's great to just play off of. You know what I mean? And he's a veteran gamer from like before you and I were born. And so he really knows how to do this stuff. And it's great to be involved with someone who has that much experience to play off of.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Seeing someone do something they're really good at is nice.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
What about me?
Yeah. This is you're GMing again. So you're building the story that we're playing off of.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this?
What was the craziest thing to me in terms of a detail was we got in the group chat one day and Ian's like, hey, I got this module for The Last of Us. Could you run that for me? And the whole reason he did that is because he asked me, hey, can we do zombies? And I was like, yeah, I could totally make that about D&D. I could do zombies in D&D. And he's like, no, but like real life or like guns and whatnot. And I told him we could still do that in D&D. I can show you what guns are in D&D.
Was absolutely right. You can.
And he's like, nah, that's just not the kind of setting I'm looking for. And I was like, well, you let me know what kind of setting you're looking for, and I'll DM it. And then he sends me that module, The Last of Us. And I was like, oh, I didn't know he was a Last of Us fan. So I started learning about the history of it and whatnot. And when I finally got the book, I was reading it. Kind of dismayed that it didn't come with its own campaign. It was just a module for game mechanics and whatnot. So I built the campaign myself. And those of you that listen to the campaign, speaking of Google Maps, the campaign takes place right here in this very area that we're at. Right here. This is the Multnomah quarantine zone.
Yeah, so my character, Nick, he's a school bus driver, right? So I have to know the area. So while we're gaming, I have a third window up because I run all the electronics for the broadcasts and things. I have a third window up of Google Maps.
The quarantine zone extends all the way around the airport too. Most of the airport, not all of it, but most of the airport. So you got the Portland International Airport right here. Oh, there's a Taco Bell within it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, when you said that we were
There's an IKEA furniture store inside.
Staying in the IKEA one, I kind of figured out where we were at.
You guys just did a mission where you went down to
way down there, man. Yeah, right there.
Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys went pretty far. Oh, there's a Target right there. Yeah, there's Home Depot. Boom, right there.
Yeah, so you were
popping up things.
You were saying about you jamming.
Oh, so I started learning all this stuff. Dismayed that they didn't come with an actual campaign in there. So I started coming up with stuff. And I remember I went up to Ian's work and we were discussing it. And I was like, so why did you pick The Last of Us? And he's like, I don't know. It was a setting that had zombies and like real life guns. I was like, oh, well, do you play The Last of Us? He's like, nope, I've never played it. What? You gave me The Last of Us module and you've never played The Last of Us?
He bought that and then gave it to you and has never played it.
And he's since played 1 and 2 and beaten both. He felt obligated to after that conversation. But I was like, I thought you were a fan. You've never played this and you want to do a D&D module? Or it's not really a D&D module because it's got its own mechanics and whatnot. as you've experienced.
Yeah.
Those that have listened to the podcast have experienced or listened to it. There's a Safeway over here. A lot of cool stuff. I find it really funny that this is called the Government Island.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys were rowing, you went from here all the way around the tip here, and you landed right there.
Yeah.
From daggum, stop popping up. Stop popping up! All the way around. Like that. And right about here, you were seeing that flashing light.
I made a comment about that. I was like, a weird, ominous flashing light coming from Government Island. Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, that tracks. It's the Northwest Area 51. Technically, it's on the Oregon side. Because the dividing line is right at the Washington coast. Yeah, around this area, that is, at least. Hayden Island's also Oregon, apparently. Vancouver. Vancouver's not a bad town.
No, it isn't. I enjoyed us going to Vancouver.
We had a lot of fun when we went to Newburgh. My goodness. The only way that trip was going to be fun is if you went. Like, if I go, but Tony better be the other person.
It was leaving the company yard from Newburgh was hilarious every time, because every time we left the company yard, it was, okay, where are we going? And I'm trying to pull up the maps. And then as soon as you get to the intersection, it's, yeah, you should have
You should have gone that way. Like,
You should've-
you should have gone that way.
you needed to be in that
You
lane.
need to be in that lane.
And then the next time you leave, you'd go to get in that lane. Yeah, you had to be in that lane.
Like, we had the perfect marriage of everything. We had an activity that kept us busy for a while, kept us productive, but we also had enough downtime to go do shenanigans and take a nap if we wanted to. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we would get off work and be like, all right, what do we want to do? Well, we could go to this place for dinner. Cool. I'll see you in like 3 hours. And then we go and pass out in our rooms for a little bit, wake up, like, all right, let's go seize the day. And by the day, I mean the evening. I did a lot of driving that trip.
You really did.
Man, being a traveling team for first student wouldn't be a bad thing to do.
I would enjoy it.
I would 100% be down for that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it might be hard on your family doing that, but I think it'd be really entertaining, and I would have a ton of fun with you if we were a traveling training team. Matter of fact, I would drop everything to do that, because I don't owe anything to anyone back here. Like, I can be gone from home and nothing.
Oh, you got military, so you do have to be available to do that.
Like, yeah, every once in a while, but
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
Yeah. I don't think I would mind that too much. Being a traveling trainer or a traveling tester.
Where is it?
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find Newburgh. There you are.
I was gonna say just find Sherwood. Remember, because Sherwood's by it.
I don't see Sherwood anywhere.
It is northeast of your current position. Keep going. You can't see it.
What?
Sherwood. The Sherwood is significantly larger, but they're just more compact.
Are you sure? That
Maybe not. Maybe not. Your head's kind of in the way, so.
Because that's the
Yeah,
Newburgh.
no, you're right. You're right. Newburgh is significantly larger. I just couldn't see anything.
Yeah, Sherwood's smaller, but
But there was so much.
there's so much more
to do.
stuff in there. Also, what's this?
Isn't that part of Sherwood?
No,
it
Sherwood's
moved-
closer to
No.
the metropolis area
Sherwood,
of the Willamette Valley.
Sherwood kind of blends into Tigard. That's right. Because
this
remember,
is all. Oh, actually, this is Dundee, so this isn't technically part of it. But Newburgh seems a lot larger geographically, but Sherwood is like the gateway to the Willamette Valley metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
Still had some great things in Sherwood. I'd rather live in Sherwood.
The spaghetti factory.
The spaghetti factory was amazing.
It was so good.
Imagine,
I still got those cups.
we literally talked about this on the last OTR, and here we are talking about it again on the very next
Well,
OTR.
Did we talk about this in the last OTR?
I could have swore we did in the
No.
hotel because we were in the hotel in Newburgh.
We hadn't gone to the spaghetti factory yet.
Oh, wow!
Yeah. So we didn't. We started talking about it during D&D actually. Remember, because Mike was there. We were talking to him about. We're like, "Have you been to the spaghetti factory?" He goes, "Oh yeah."
Oh, this is the road we came in on too.
Yeah, because we were like, "What is this?"
Because we kept going this way a lot when we were doing our journeys, but when we came in right next to the high school here, and then turned onto this highway.
Yes. Do you remember how we got to that road?
Because like I missed a turn or something, and we
Like
we
way
got
back,
way lost
way
up
back
here.
in Portland.
We got lost
you-
way up in here. So instead of coming through King City, we were coming from like Kington.
Yeah, we got, it was like all the way up by in Portland. You took us through the Beaverton exit.
Something went wrong,
Yeah,
but we came in down through here instead.
a lot. I mean, it was great scenery. It was very beautiful.
What an interesting parking lot they have.
Where is that?
This is the Sherwood High School.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Look at that.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful looking, actually.
From an aerial view, I'm sure it kind of sucks to actually find parking at.
They have 2 football fields. Or that's a soccer field, maybe.
They have a
softball field and a baseball field.
It looks like they have student parking in the back.
Is that student parking? That better not be student parking. That's not a whole lot of student parking.
Well, I mean, it's a high school, so I don't foresee them having a lot of students that park.
I guess. Our parking lot doesn't look that big either for our student parking lot.
Yeah.
Interesting. I could see that being labeled student parking lot, and this is just for teachers and whatnot. You know what would be really cool? If we had a fan that was willing to animate our podcasts. Have you seen those?
Yeah,
When-
I would love that
when
so
certain
much.
people have their podcasts animated, you just see like the shenanigans
I
of how
would lo-
people imagine what's going on.
I would love that so much. I would love to see someone animate the stripper episode.
No.
That would be
God.
so hilarious.
All right. Remember this? The Sherwood YMCA?
Yes.
And we're like, why is everything named Sherwood?
No, you were like that.
But
That wasn't me at all. You were
excuse
like,
me.
who is this family? And why do they own everything?
But like Sherwood's all the way up here. Where the heck did Sherwood
That's
go?
Tired. You just passed Sherwood. Nope, down. Down. Keep going. Keep going.
It's got to be somewhere right here.
Keep right there. That's Sherwood. Nope, down. That's Sherwood.
Oh, it is. Okay, so this is Sherwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, we kept going by, and it's true though. I was like, who is the Sherwood family?
Why do they
Why do
own
they
everything?
own everything? Come to find out, it's because the name of the town is Sherwood. Says the Sherwood YMCA. It's the Sherwood High School. It's the Sherwood Complex.
We were there for 3 days before that realization hit you. And we had to be told that by somebody. Like, who is the...
You didn't know any better either.
I was laughing my butt off. I had no idea what to think at that point in time.
He's like, who is the Sherwood family? Why do they own everything?
I was slightly agreeing with you because I thought that we were still in Newburgh. I didn't know we were in another town. But when the lady was like, because you're in Sherwood.
No wonder everything's named Sherwood. Why is this called Pendleton High School? Who's this Pendleton family, and why do they own everything here? We don't have a whole lot of things named after Pendleton here, though.
No. Not in Pendleton.
No, we have Pendleton Whiskey and Pendleton High School.
Well,
Pendleton Woolen Mills.
the Woolen Mills, the Roundup.
Is that do we have anything else? Pendleton.
I mean, Pendleton's a brand now, so
We don't even make it here. It's in Canada.
yeah.
Pendleton Whiskey's made in Canada.
I got in an argument with somebody about that because they're like, "No, it's made in Pendleton." I was like, "I assure you,
Where?
it's not."
Tell me, because it's not the distillery.
I can't remember who it was, but we got in an argument, and I tried to say, "Sir, I live in Pendleton. I assure you, it is not made there." Oh yeah, where's it made from? I was like, Canada. They're like, nuh-uh. I was like, yeah, it's made in Canada. It's bottled in Hood River. They're like, They looked it up. They're like, oh, well, I guess you're right. Really? Black Clover.
Black Clover is something that you and I apparently both have a journey in. That we've recently discovered.
I really do like Black Clover.
I
don't
like Black
know
Clover a lot.
what it is about it, but I really like Black Clover.
I like Black Clover a lot too. I haven't liked an anime this much since Naruto.
It's a shonen, right? Shonen anime?
I have no idea. Yeah, Weekly Shonen right there.
Yeah. So I think what I like about it is like I like Asta's attitude.
It's just the token main character never give up thing.
Well, I think it's a little bit more like with him. It's a little bit more than just the never give up thing. It's the over the top of it. There's a quote that he says, and I don't know if it's in the original translation or in the because I haven't gotten that far on it. The original translation or the dub on there. But there's a quote that he says where someone was talking down to him, as they all do to Asta for some reason. And he's like, it's a good thing I'm used to it, otherwise their mean words might actually hurt. He's just sitting there eating away, just happy as can be.
That is something he does say. That exact scenario does happen. He's like, it's nothing I haven't already heard before. But it's hard for me to look at anything like that and be like, oh, this is a newfangled thing, because genuinely it's difficult to come up with anything new nowadays. But having grown up with Naruto, my younger years,
Yes.
like obviously Boruto doesn't hold a candle to Naruto.
Take
But-
that, Baruto.
Naruto is a phenomenal anime, one of the greatest. And then after you watch Naruto and you see all these other ones, you can't help but see how it's affected the genre of anime, and that token never give up young kid trying to prove himself to the world.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, there could have been things like that before Naruto was, but that's just my opening into that type of anime, that type of manga. And I think Naruto has obviously been the most popular for that. Obviously, you got things like One Piece 2, who is probably the most popular anime and manga in the world. It's got a young kid that's got that never give up attitude.
And that one actually does predate Naruto and all them, because I remember One Piece on TV when I was a kid.
But what makes it Naruto more similar to Black Clover is that the main character is a lot more relatable to Asta, Naruto himself.
Mm-hmm.
Being a young kid that no one believed in, everyone hated, thought he was worthless, good for nothing, and then he proves them all wrong. And he's got that rival that he grows up with in Sasuke, who's more talented, better than him at basically everything, can do things that he can't do. And then I have a feeling that Black Clover in a lot of ways is just like Naruto.
Yeah.
And then we discovered earlier today while we were watching Mashal that Mashal was like
Mashal is just straight up Asta with no emotions.
it's like if we took Black Clover and One Punch Man and put him in Hogwarts.
Oh my god, I love how accurate that is. That is like the perfect description.
It's funny. I obviously I like Black Clover more than Mashal, but Mashal's hilarious to watch. Just see a guy come through like, I can't do any magic, but I can punch you, and you guys have no defense. But like, the anime doesn't take itself seriously. Mashal does some absurd things with his physicality.
Right.
Like, he catches a sword with his abs.
I remember you telling me about that. Today was my first exposure to Mashal as a show, and just the fact that he was running so fast that he was
He's flying.
He's just floating in air because his legs are going so fast, and then like able to push off air and to dodge attacks and punch things.
Move around, yep.
That was just that was so absurd. And then everyone's expressions and the way that they reacted to Mashal in this particular episode. They're like, yeah, he's giving it all of his might and everything. And then it like pans over to his face and he's just like, he's got the most expressionless face on there, holding this giant chain, not even like not even like clenching his teeth or nothing.
It's not grimacing.
No effort. No, it's the exact opposite of Deadpool. It is minimum effort.
Yes, it is minimum effort with that guy. There was a time where he was put in a time bubble that would slow him down. Like he was going super slow motion, and he raises his fist and he goes to punch the ground, and the guy he's fighting is speeding around him, and he's like, "You can't hit the ground, or you can't hit me with any kind of force. What makes you think you're gonna hit the ground with any kind of force?" And it's just his fist in slow motion, do do do, dink. And then the ground erupts like an earthquake. And he's like, what?
This isn't physics.
That's not how that's supposed to work. I do like the fact that every once in a while when he fights the wizards, he does wrestling moves to them to beat them up, like suplex. Yeah, Mashal, if you haven't watched it yet, guys at home, you got to give it a shot. They're up to season 2 now for the English dub, if that's what you want. I'm waiting for the English dub, mostly because I get real tired when I watch sub.
That's a lot of reading.
It is a lot of reading. And it puts me to sleep. reading the sub. But Black Clover has been amazing. And of all the characters that you've seen so far, whose powers would you prefer to have?
Oh.
Because there's a lot of characters in the series. And I was asking myself this question for some odd reason. And I haven't even arrived at a conclusion myself. I don't know whose power I would want. I think Zora, I don't know if you've met Zora yet.
I haven't yet.
He's got trap magic, where if you hit his barrier, he reflects it back at you with twice the power.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
And I thought that's super freaking dope, because he can make the spell on his own body. So he could just be like, "Oh, it hit me, boom." Yuno is basically a walking Mary Sue, his somewhat taller brother.
He's straight up lucky.
He keeps getting power boosts just free of charge.
He's just straight up lucky, is what he is. I mean, that's quite.
What's the farthest you've gotten into the series?
So I've watched the Danny Mata Explain. That's 2 seasons. I watched Danny Mata Anime Explains, and then my actual watch through. I own season 1, and I'm powering through that. It's just hard for me to actually sit down and watch anything.
What was the last villain you've seen?
I don't remember. It's been that long.
You don't remember it's been that long?
Mm-hmm. I think he might actually,
because he gets a lot of freebies. Have you gotten to the point where he gets the wind spirit, the little pixie that falls?
I know what you're talking about, but no, I have not seen it yet. But the pixie is one of his freebies. Isn't it?
Freebies, because he gets chosen by the wind spirit Sif Bell.
Yeah.
He's chosen as the guardian of the wind spirit, which gives him a massive power boost because he's already a wind mage, i.e. why he was chosen. And then he's just so inherently in tune with his ability to sense mana that he can find just random BS things that he can pull out of nowhere. It's like, I've collected all of the residual mana in the air and put it into this sword. Like, of course you did. Of course that's a thing that you can do.
Well, like I said, his grimoire it's a 4-leaf,
If it's a 4-leaf, so it represents that he's supposed to be powerful or lucky.
and he is definitely lucky.
Insanely lucky. You're going to find out later that he's actually part of a certain race. He's actually a descendant from a certain race
Is he now?
that gives him more mana. Just for free. For free. They're like, oh, you happen to be this kind of race. He's like, oh, I am that race. Mana doubles. For free. Like,
Just because.
just because, like, he gets so many freebies in this show. You get the 4-leaf grimoire free. You get the pixie free. You get racial boost free.
That irritates me so much about that because,
And
like,
he's so back and forth about how he treats Asta, because sometimes he's like super supportive, very loving to Asta, and other times he treats Asta like dirt. Like, seriously. There's a tournament that I won't explain too much detail. There's a tournament that Asta and Yuno are in, and it's for the selections of the Royal Knights. And Royal Knights are being sent for a particular mission. That's why they're trying to do this tournament for Royal Knights. And they're in teams of 3. And you're obviously, us as the audience, we're like, we want to see Asta versus Yuno. But we know that obviously that this whole rivalry between these two characters is going to be like the last thing that happens, probably. I mean, that seems like they both have the goal. I'm going to be the Withered King, y'all. And so we can't see them fight early on, not like this. So what shenanigans are going to happen in the tournament? Well, what ends up happening is Asta's team ends up in a draw with another team outside of Asta's control. His teammates kind of, in a degree, fail him in protecting their crystal, so he shatters the enemy crystal at the same time theirs gets shattered. So it's considered a draw. They're not allowed to advance. And so Yuno ends up winning the whole tournament.
what?
Yeah. And he ends up beating another Magic Knight captain, actually, in that tournament.
Well, I'll give him that one.
Which is not because he overwhelmed the other captain, because they get into a beam struggle that's really good, really strong. But the other captain gets so enthralled in the battle, he forgets about his crystal, and the crystal shatters from the residual energy of the beam struggle. And that's how he beats the other captain. And the other captain's like, really? I was having so much fun. It's got to be over now?
I'm with the captain on this one.
These characters right here, a bunch of really good ones. Zora, he ends up joining the Black Bulls. He's a real big rogue type trap magic guy. Our main character, Noelle, Mimosa. She's she used plant magic, a lot of healing and whatnot. Summons a bunch of plants. I don't know if you've met her yet.
Which one is that?
Mimosa. She's another royal. She falls in love with Asta, as do a lot of the girls in the series, actually. By the time you get to season 3, there's actually this like love square going on because there's another character that comes in, and like she gets really creepy, Noelle, because she's always spying on Asta. So whenever he goes somewhere and she's not involved, she's got to spy on him. So there's always this scene whenever he goes to this bar, she like comes in and she's like a server at the bar. But she doesn't do anything. She doesn't work. She just gets hired so she can stand in the corner and stare at him.
That tracks. She's weird.
Mimosa also falls in love with him. And there's another 4th character that you haven't met yet that she hasn't specifically said anything about it, but she always puts herself in a situation where she's with Asta no matter what.
Mimosa does?
No, not this 4th character that you don't know yet.
The one that's not there.
You know the... No, I'm not going to ruin it for you.
Okay.
Unless you want me to.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Don't do it because I'm going to watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
matter
on,
of fact, you've seen this person, you just don't know it's this person yet.
It's on Hulu, so...
I watch it on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix too?
Yeah, I'm currently watching it on Netflix. I'm on episode 150 or 60 something.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna...
Matter of fact, I have an answer for you. I can just look at my phone because I switch back and forth. I'll wake up in the morning, watch an episode, and then when I get in the car, I'll throw it on my phone, start watching it on my phone as I drive to work in the morning.
I was gonna say I'm gonna start watching it again. This is one that I actually feel comfortable watching around my kids. So
I'm on season 3, episode 139.
139. All right.
And season 1 didn't end until like episode 50. Season 1 is huge. To be fair though, they're only like 20-minute episodes. So like once you get past the intro and the opening, so you have the, because it has the intro, then the recap. Once you skip both, there's only 20 minutes of actual airtime for like information. And some of the episodes are like, the entire episode is a recap, which is somewhat frustrating.
I hate those recap episodes.
Because some of them are recap episodes, and they like play into the story like this person is reminiscing about what happened. There was one that was like a person that you haven't met yet reminisces about what happened across the entire first 2 seasons. And it takes 2 episodes. And the entire episode is just them sitting down and just thinking back like, yeah, I remember when this happened. It's like, really? Skip forward, skip forward, skip forward. Next episode. We're still doing this? Skip forward, skip forward, skip forward, skip forward. There's 2 episodes of you just being like, I remember when Asta did that. Nerd.
Why? Why would they do that?
Locke, the lightning guy, that's always like, can we fight? Can we fight? Can we fight now? Please, 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 please.
Isn't he the...
He's lightning.
Yeah, he's the creepy boy that wound up like killing his own mom, right?
No, he doesn't kill his own mom. Or at least, I don't recall him killing his own mom. His mom might be dead nowadays, but I don't think he killed his own mom.
I think he's the one who killed her. His mom was like super abusive, and so...
Well, his mom was like, you're so weird. I don't care about you. And then she discovered that he was able, because he was a commoner, he was strong enough to beat up royals without training. And so she's like, the only thing that matters in life is that you got to beat people. If you can do that for mommy, you'll make me happy. So his whole personality is, I got to win, I got to win, I got to win, I got to win.
Yeah, I got to watch it.
That's why he's like that. And eventually he's like, you know what, Mom, I'm not here to please you anymore. And I don't know if she's dead. I don't quite remember that. But he's kind of like, I'm a Black Bull now, and that's my family. And I'm here for them. I don't need to please you anymore. He still has the personality of like, gotta win, gotta win, gotta win. But he's like not so invested in it anymore. You haven't met her yet? But she's crazy fun. She's very brutish. And kind of like Asta. She uses fire magic. She's the sister of Fuegoleon.
That's the one I was telling you about, yeah.
She's
the one who had one of the hardest lines in that whole series.
Yes. It's okay to be weak, but there is shame in staying weak. The crew here.
Best anime comes out with some of the best one-liners.
Gordon, Gauche. I really like her name. She's actually a really fun character. I enjoy her character. It's Chappie Poppins. She's food magic.
Food magic?
She summons sheep that are cooks. And she's like really tiny.
Oh, no, I've seen that one, yeah.
And her food restores mana.
So you know what's goofy about that is the way that I understood it was the magic system in the Black Clover world. The magic system was rooted in like the elements and things like that, right? And what threw me is when she came into it with the food magic and the sheep and everything. It was like, wait, but wasn't this like, because there was like metal and lightning and like earthly things.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden that. What?
The reason for that is because apparently humans come up with hybrid magic. As they stray farther from nature magic, they come up with hybrid magic. So that's what her...
Oh, there's a full-on explanation for it.
Yeah, also, she's actually a little bit more special because she's like half dwarf, come to find out. So she's got dwarven magic. There's a scene way later on when they get ready to fight another major bad guy where she discovers this power and she awakens the other half of her power, and her sheep, they're
You got
what?
you got someone in the comments. You do specifically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they named you. Like, hey, Kenny, it's me, Jakey.
That's my younger brother. Hi, Jakey.
He's on Joseph's profile, looks like.
It could be either his older brother, Joey, or our dad.
Yeah.
Because they have the same name.
And they're waving.
Hey, cool. It's good to see you, Jakey. But what gets really violent is that she tries to give one of the bad guys food, and he's like, "Get that away from me!" Slaps the food out of her hand, and she's like, "Ah, ah," and she explodes with power. And the sheep that she summons, it's like that massive sheep that she's able to like punch people with. It rips the sheep clothing off, and it's a wolf underneath.
Oh.
And it kind of looks like Fenrir from Norse mythology. And he's got like a fork and a knife. And he's like, I'm starving.
Oh, no.
And he consumes everything.
You should have just eaten the pie.
So Ghosh, if you remember him, he's the guy that's like, Marie.
Yeah,
my
his sister.
He's always getting the nosebleeds over his sister, which is weird.
That's so weird.
He's able to control mirrors and light magic. So he can only control light magic through mirrors.
Oh,
so
okay.
he can create a bunch of mirrors. He can bounce light off of it, hunt people down with light magic, or he can teleport himself, or he can make clones of himself. That's his magic. It's actually really cool.
That is an excellent skill set, actually.
And then his left eye is actually a mirror. It's a diamond kind of thing. And if he looks at somebody with it, he can transfer other people's powers through it and multiply it. So, unfortunately, this doesn't show all of the teammates of the Black Bulls. But there's a moment where Gray... do you find out... Have you seen... How much do you know about Gray? He's the big fat guy with the smoke always coming out of his mouth. He never says anything.
Never. Nope. Nothing.
Oh, well, there's a moment where he's fighting alongside Gray, and he looks at Gray, and he multiplies Gray into, like, 10 different Grays. So that's something... It takes a lot out of him, but he can do that. That's like his ultimate technique. Gordon, he's kind of like the token joke character, because he doesn't do anything for the first 2 seasons. He's always just... just mumbling super quiet to himself. He always says the sweetest things, though, but no one can understand what he's saying, so they always think he's terrifying. And he's always like, I miss you guys. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you again. We should go for walks together sometime. Well, they can't hear what he's saying, so they're just like, he's really freaking creepy. But in season 3, he goes bananas.
He's just super bashful.
He gets really... He comes into his own in season 3. He starts talking louder and expressing his feelings for the whole group. He's got cursed poison magic.
Oh.
Cursed poison magic. Yep. Magna, the fire baseball guy. He actually starts coming up with some really cool techniques, like the disappearing baseball.
That dude got super excited when Asta hit his fireball back at him.
I really like his voice actor, actually. I think his voice actor delivers some of the funniest lines.
I haven't heard his American voice actor yet.
His voice actor, because there's a time where him and Luck are basically best friends, the lightning guy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get chosen to be a Royal Knight, but Luck does. And they're trying to cheer up Asta because Asta drew in that tournament. And he's like, at least you're not a moron like Magna. He's like, yeah, at least you're not a moron like... I'm gonna kill you. It's so good. Fenrir, this guy right here, he can use the spatial magic to make portals. His whole character is that he wants to defend people. He doesn't really want to attack, and he technically doesn't have a single offensive spell in his arsenal. Not a single one. He can make portals, and that's it. And for the most part, he's kind of treated like a joke, especially by the team captain. He's just the errand boy, the mule. He packs people around with his portals. And then, come to find out, he's his younger brother. Since he was so passive, the family gave his younger brother the inheritance for the royal family name. His younger brother. He's supposed to get it, but they're like, you understand, right? We're going to give it to him because you suck.
Because you suck.
and of course, his younger brother's in the Golden Dawn, the most prestigious team. And his younger brother has the ability to slice through space just by doing this. He just wave his hand and separate space.
That's weird.
And Fenrir can just make portals. Well, Fenrir later on in the series gets really potent because he gets this ability where he can send green light after things, and if the green light touches you, he can force you to teleport wherever he wants you to go. And that's really good because he can do that to displace enemies or recoup allies. And he gets really powerful later on. Really, really useful. This lady has the most broken ability ever, Vanessa. She's got thread magic. She can make wire and whatnot. Not too entirely crazy. You don't see her fight for a long time in the series, actually. But she's able to like pull allies around, constrict enemies. It's pretty cool. But what ends up happening is we discover that she's actually a witch. And she can use fate magic. The threads of fate.
Oh.
So, and I don't know what it has to do with wire at all. Because what happens is she gets this cat made of wire, threads. She calls it Rouge. And the cat, whenever it touches something, it changes the fate of that object. And it's busted. Because they're like, oh no, we're about to die. And the cat just goes, meow. Oh, I didn't die. Well, what happened? Oh, you missed? Okay, it changed my fate. And so it was born out of her wish to keep her friends safe. So the cat's purpose is it goes around making sure that none of the Black Bulls die. And there's so many episodes where the enemies are like, man, the Black Bulls are getting really irritating. And it's all because of her. And they always zero in on Vanessa, like, she's the cornerstone of their defense. We must take her out. And so they always spend like a bunch of fights protecting Vanessa because Vanessa's always like, keep him alive. Like, oh no, Asta just got clipped in half. Nope, that was a tree. Never mind. Change fate. Meow.
Just the materialized retcon device, huh?
Yep.
So you got on there. Jakey says, "Walk in front of the cameras."
There's no camera to walk in front of, dude.
Yeah,
it's a podcast. You gotta listen to us, man.
What you're looking at there is a picture that I pulled off the internet.
Hey, Noelle. We didn't see her in that one. Yeah. She is. I don't like her.
She's rude.
She is so rude. Later on in the series, especially in season 3, she's got like this complex about Asta. She just will not stand for any woman being around him other than her. But she will not admit anything to him.
She hates Asta.
She hates
but
him.
she doesn't want anyone else to love him.
There's a moment where she's in the dream world and Asta comes in and is professing all of his feelings for her and whatnot. And she's like, I don't get it. How is this happening? And the mage is responsible for the dream world is like, that's your dream. That's why that's appearing to you right now. And she's like, that's impossible. No way. And she beats up Asta and whatnot. She's so rude. And she's rude to people that are trying to get close to Asta. Like Mimosa. This other character that you don't know quite yet. I don't know if you met the redhead from one of the outer villages. But he goes on a date with her. She gets pissed off about that too. Yeah, she's just a jerk.
She's just a jerk.
She does become powerful though. Truly, honestly, she works hard and she gets powerful. She becomes a lot like her mom. But she is a jerk.
Bottom comment.
No. Oh, that's Joseph Hatcher? Or is it Jakey on Joseph Hatcher?
I'm Jakey on Joseph Hatcher.
Nobody.
That is my assumption.
You know the rule. It's a school night, dude. We don't have many more of those left, but it's a school night. No bueno. People that we're not seeing here, Luck. He's the lightning mage. We talked about him a little bit. He's the guy with the competition personality. We see Captain Yami. Super powerful guy. Uses katana. Has black magic. Dark magic, specifically. Which can absorb other magic. It's pretty convenient. He can make what's called the black hole to suck up other magic. And then he'll just cut you. He's incredibly powerful. He also kind of does spatial slicing magic where he'll cut, and he's actually cutting space, not the target. So you can put up whatever defense you want, but he's not cutting you. So it doesn't matter what defense you put up because he's literally ripping space in half to kill you.
That is such a broken method of attack, is cutting the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I will cut you. And they're like, you can't cut me. I'm made out of such and such material. Completely impenetrable. And he's like, it doesn't matter. I'm ripping space in half. But he's like a carefree, do as I say, not as I do, rugged captain. Likes to make comments about taking dumps all the time because he does. Barely gets involved, but when he does, he
cuts space in half.
He's cutting space in half, and he's pushing these guys to their limits. He can be a pretty funny guy. Also, I mean, they're called the Black Bulls because he invented the squad. There's a theory that he's actually an isekai character because he's not from the Clover Kingdom. He says he's from a far off land, far from the east.
Mm.
And when he describes his homeland, it sounds like Japan. He's describing like, this is a weapon from my homeland, this katana.
And you know what? And that makes sense because like no other character actually has one of those.
He's got a very, no other character has a katana. He's got a very rare magic ability. He showed up because he was fishing out on the ocean, and he fell in and washed ashore in the Clover Kingdom. And that's how he arrived at the Clover Kingdom. And then he was picked up by Julius Novacrona, who was a Magic Knight captain at the time. Joined his team. When Julius became the Wizard King, he inevitably made him a Magic Knight captain and allowed him to start his own team, which he called the Black Bulls. And then he elected to take all the misfits and put them on his team, and they became the Misfit Squad. They were always looked down upon. No one ever gave them credit. They were always given the worst missions and the outer reaches farthest from the capital. And he doesn't care. Comes in, kicks butt, does whatever he needs to. Really
nice.
Funny. Really funny.
I like this guy.
One of the other captains, the Blue Rose, she's female. That's like, we don't need men. Her entire team is mostly comprised of females. She's always about girl power and women can stand alone. Has a crush on him. She loves Yami. And by the third season, the Blue Rose captain admits to her entire squad. It's like, I have a crush on Yami, and I'm willing to step down as your captain if that offends you. And all the other girls are like, yeah, we secretly have boyfriends anyway, so that doesn't bother us. And she's like, what? And so there's like a couple episodes where they're like trying to hook them up together, and she just can't do it. She just can't do it. She keeps falling apart. And he's like so inadvertently so suave with her that she can't take it. Like there's a moment where she's got like this guideline, this other character's like giving her a guideline, like these are the steps to make him fall in love with you, and he keeps like beating her to the punch accidentally, doing exactly what she's trying to do, like serve him food. That's the quickest way to his heart. And he like, when she comes in, he's like, here, you want some food? And she's like, oh, he's already beating me to the punch. And then she's like, make sure you get him to talk about himself. Be a good listener. And then all of a sudden she's talking a lot about herself and he's listening. And she's like, oh no, he's already beating me to the punch. And then do the inadvertent mistaken contact. And she's like, oh, okay, how do you like your food? And he's like, oh, it's pretty good. I suppose I could go for more salt. And they both reach for the salt shaker at the same time. And she's like, oh, he beat me to the punch again. And the reason why she likes him so much is because he rescued her. And that's what caused her to become a captain. She was cursed. And he's the only one that didn't see her for the curse and came to rescue her from the curse. And since he rescued her, her curse has never popped up again. She's basically free from the curse. And her whole personality was like, I don't need a man unless the man can handle my curse or my power. And he's the only person that's ever done it. So secretly, she's always been in love with him.
That's pretty chill.
Let's see if I can find the Magic Knight squad captains. She becomes a captain for a little bit when Fuegoleon is out of commission. I don't know if you've gotten that far.
He lost an arm, didn't
Yeah, he loses an arm, so his sister, that's his older sister, and she's metal. She's a brute. She's a brawler. She freaking just boxes people and beats the crap out of them.
She's not as much of a showman as her brother,
No,
who
she's
summons a giant lion made of fire that shoots lasers from its eyes.
yeah. He's very regal, very prim and proper. He's a good guy. He's not like Silva, the white hair guy, who's a total d-bag.
Well, yeah, that's Noel's older brother, right?
Yeah, Nozel. But Lady Marileona, she's the lioness, and she's a hunter. She lives out in the wild, and she fights like a wild animal. She will tear you apart. We get to see her for a little bit take over as the Crimson Lion King's captain for a little bit. Let's see. Let's see if we can find the thing that's like a weird version of Julius. There's a bunch of females in here. That's the other one that becomes part of the Asta harem.
Asta harem.
This is a queen from another nation. Oh, here's a bunch of the captains.
Yes.
Jack the Ripper for the Green Mantises. He's the only other captain that's like very coarse, like Yami. They're just like, I don't care. I'm gonna drink and I'm gonna kill things. And if you can't keep up, then get out of my way.
I like it.
Oh, I don't remember her name. But she's the purple orca captain. She's in perpetual sleep. She sleepwalks everywhere. And when she finally wakes up, she sucks everything into the dream world, where she has absolute and total control of everything.
Oh no.
So she stays asleep. But she's got a very charming personality. She's very happy-go-lucky. Doesn't have much of a moral code, though. This is Nozel, total D-bag, high noble, everything's beneath him, captain of the Silver Eagles. He goes through a character arc that does change eventually. She's Noel's older brother. He's the eldest brother of the family. Mr. Perfect, can't do anything wrong. The Golden Dawn captain, William Vengeance. He has World Tree magic. He can connect everything together. That's Marileona takes over for Fuegoleon.
Yeah.
This guy, he's like the third captain we see for this squad. I don't remember. Oh, maybe this is the pink orcas. This is the purple dolphins or something. I don't remember. But he's like the third captain we see for that squad, because the captain of the squad is always up to something shady.
And they always get
there's
caught.
one that gets caught for treason. And then this is the Aquadeer. He's the youngest. He's only 19.
That's a he?
Yeah, it's a he.
Okay.
And he has paint magic. Oh, he's got wind magic. This guy right here, he's got wind magic. He can redirect attacks. Woo, he doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, he's an airbender.
He's a nobody. Of everyone here, he is like the least capable.
It's alright. He'll probably get locked up for treason too.
This guy's name is Rill. I don't even remember his name. That's how little he matters. This guy's name is Rill. He has paint magic. Whatever he paints, he can bring into reality.
Oh.
Even if it's not his magic.
He's got the paintbrush
He can
creation.
just paint any magic that he can think of. Like there's a scene where he fights because he's thinking to himself, "Oh, how do I defeat such and such?" And he watches a fight before he goes up, because he's the captain that defeats. Not because he overpowers him, but because he's so into it that he lets his crystal get destroyed because he just wants to do the beam struggle. And he's watching one of the guys deflect an attack, and he's like, I wonder if I could deflect attacks, because he's watching the trap magic guy bounce it back. He's like, could I do something like that? And he fights Luck in his team, and Luck launches this massive lightning bolt. And he's like, how do I deflect that? Oh, I'll just summon Zeus. And he paints Zeus, and Zeus grabs the lightning bolt and throws it back. and he one-shots the entire enemy team with that.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, how do I deal with this? Oh, Zeus! Draws Zeus. Zeus comes out of his grimoire, grabs the lightning bolt out of the air, throws it back, and
just straight up
instantly
summons
defeats
an
the enemy team.
actual god. Just
Boom. So, yeah, he's a 19.
That's
Magic
pretty
Knight captain.
powerful, yeah.
When he fights Yuno's going like full bore, like everything he's got into this beam struggle. And he's like, I think I'm going to summon a harpy that can vomit out a rainbow. And that rainbow goes toe-to-toe with Yuno, like full drive. Like, ah! And then his crystal unfortunately shatters. He's like, oh, there's too much power channeling. Does it have to be over? Can we keep going? And Yuno's like, no, we need to be over.
Anyway, and that right there, that is exactly why I say that Yuno is he's just lucky. Is what it is.
Just lucky, but I mean
Because
that's part of his character.
he went up against a guy who can summon gods, and won.
His power is ridiculous. It truly is. He can just whatever he can imagine, he can just summon it from his grimoire. Truly,
Do we really have to be
we're
done?
missing
Can we
Yami in
go
here, but
now?
we already talked about
No.
Yami.
Oh, that's amazing.
I haven't got to the. I know it's coming up, but I haven't got to the point. There's a free for all, not a free for all. There's a team on team fight between the captains. There's two teams. They separate evenly into two teams, and they fight each other, and it's freaking dope. Oh, we didn't talk about what he does. He has severance magic, which is just a fancy way of saying that he can cut things.
All right, so Jack the Ripper's pretty apt then.
Yeah, he summons blades off of his forearms, and he can cut things. He'll send like cutting slices through the air. He can't sever space like Yami does, but he has this ability where if he fights something long enough, he will eventually be able to cut it, no matter what. It doesn't matter what it is. If he fights you long enough, he can overcome you. He's basically got like a timer set kind of deal. Like, all right, we fought long enough. I can cut you now. Boom. And it gets ridiculous because he fights another space guy later on. It basically what the guy is. He has the ability to erase existence. Like if anything touches his orb, it erases it entirely. And Jack fights him long enough. He's like, all right, I got this now. I can cut your nothing sphere, like your orb of annihilation. I can cut that. Just rips it in half. All right, cool. You mean nothing to me now. And the other guy's like, what? No. What? How? Because I'm Jack the Ripper. That's why. He starts cutting through nothingness.
Because I'm Jack the Ripper.
So he's incredibly powerful because if he fights you long enough, he can just kill you. Like after a certain point, it's like a timer. Like ding! All right, you're dead. If he could cut you to begin with, then you're just screwed. Oh man. Nozel here. He has mercury magic. He can manipulate liquid metal, which is really good because he can do whatever he wants. Really.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shield, oh, spear, oh, whatever, oh, armor, oh, whatever. He can just form the liquid metal into whatever he wants. There's one episode where he puts somebody in a cage. Like he just drops a dude. He forms a cage around that person, and then he puts a bunch of daggers on the inside of the cage, and they shoot the guy. The daggers just release from the cage and zoom in and stab the guy. It's just ridiculous. Like, I'm just going to put you in a cage, and that's not good enough. Now I'm going to make it a bunch of daggers. Now I'm going to make the daggers attack you.
Just all the overkill right there.
Yes. Completely unnecessary.
First, I want to show you that I can beat you. Then I'm going to threaten you.
Then I'm going to kill you. William Bongens here. World Tree Magic. One of the first missions we see him go on, villages under attack from a neighboring kingdom. Mm-hmm. And he basically he can spread roots throughout an area he's in, and he can absorb all the mana from anything that touches his roots. So he's in the middle of a battlefield. He's obviously absorbing everyone's mana. And then he makes this little dot of mana sprinkle from his hand, touches the ground. Boom! The world tree explodes in the middle of this village. And then the vines from this world tree grab all the enemies pull him in towards the trunk, and he just sucks all the mana off him. He's like, one shot, one kill.
It's just the trump card right there.
Yep. He's the captain of the Golden Dawn, the most elite team. Silver Eagles. They're like the purple porpoises or something like that. Pink something. Green mantises. Silver Eagles. Red Lion Kings. The Aqua Deer. They actually had a different name. They got changed to the Aqua Deer when he became captain. They were called something else, though. I don't remember what it was. Let's see her. Whoa, is this a tier list? No, I didn't. I wanted to click on it. I didn't want to go to a different window. Oh, this is lists. Okay.
You got lists, you got names. You got a lot of stuff there. Just a lot of the doodads.
Just a lot of the doodads.
Yeah.
I'm actually on this arc right now. The Spade Kingdom.
Yeah.
This is the lady that falls in love with Yami, the captain of the Blue Rose Knights.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is Choppy Poppins. That's when the sheep sheds its skin and becomes the wolf. And she all of a sudden becomes tall.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, this is another view of the captains, it seems.
And their symbols.
Oh, yeah, and Julius Novachrono, the Wizard King. Oh, we also didn't see her in the thing, the Blue Rose captain. She wasn't in that lineup from earlier. Jack the Ripper. I think her name was something similar to Theodore. Oh, the Pink Peacocks. Oh, you know what we don't have in this lineup, though?
The purple porpoises.
Yeah, the purple porpoises or whatever they're called. Another word for dolphin. I don't remember what it is. The purple dolphins. Yeah, this is all
I think it's porpoise.
all the squad captains besides the purple guys, who apparently don't give any love in this one.
I mean, they kind of don't get any love in a lot of them, apparently.
Yeah, the squad captains change out.
Quite often.
It would appear. Yeah.
Their current squad captain is just a glorified airbender.
Yeah, something like that. Absolutely. Character vote. I wonder what the character vote was like. I kind of want to search that.
What
in
is
now.
a character vote?
It's where they vote for popularity of characters.
Asta's number one.
We're gonna find out.
Probably not, to be honest with you. But like
I know that Julius, the Wizard King, has time magic, and I still don't know what character's powers I want.
we went through. That was like the whole shtick.
That wasn't the whole shtick. We went through a lot of characters, though.
No. What I'm saying is, like, we started off this conversation by, "Hey, what characters' powers do you think you'd want to have?" And then we just went on this rabbit hole.
First pull, second pull, third pull, fourth pull, fifth pull, sixth pull. They've done a lot of pullings. Of course, you gotta... Okay, so Asta is number one. Yami's number two. The captain with the katana. Noelle's number three?
What?
Gross. Yuno is a close fourth. Just by 7 votes. Nero. You haven't seen Nero yet? Nero's... You know the name Nero, though. You don't know what it means later on. Nero's the bird that's always sitting on his head.
Mm-hmm.
That's fifth. That's the fifth most popular character. Why do you keep pecking me? Charmy Poppins. The food magician.
Charmy, not Chappy.
Yeah, Charmy Pop... this calls it Papitsung. I thought it was Poppins. Luck Voltia, the lightning guy. Vanessa, the thread magic. Fuegoleon Vermilion, he's the lion fire guy.
Yeah.
Charlotte Roselia. I don't remember who that is. Charlotte. Oh, the Blue Rose Captain. Yeah, that's her name. Charlotte.
Charlotte
Roselia is the Blue Rose Captain. So that's 10, huh? Charlotte's 10. Lily, Aquaria. I don't even know who that is, actually. Oh, Sister Lily. I don't know how I forgot about her. That's the nun that Asta's in love with. None of the girls know about her. All the girls are always fighting for Asta. Every other episode is like, will you marry me? There's one time where he proposes to her and Noelle thinks that he's proposing to her instead. And she just can't possibly fathom it being any other way. Like, she refuses to accept that he's talking to anyone other than her. So she immediately answers, even though he's talking directly to Lily.
That's hilarious.
I didn't know her last name was Aquaria. Interesting. Come on, ads, get out of the way. Where was I?
Yeah,
12
Asta,
is Mimosa, the girl. Sally is another girl. Kahono. That's the, if you saw the siren lady that sung on the beach. That's Kahono. Finral. He's the spatial magic guy that makes the portals. Mars. He's the Diamond Kingdom guy that makes the giant diamond swords. That's Mars. Gray. I don't know if you've... I don't want to spoil anything about Gray. Just saying that is a spoiler, actually. Julius Novachrono. He's the Wizard King. Magna Swing. His last name's Swing. Magna Swing. Leopold Vormilion. He's the younger brother. The small guy that's basically like the mini-me of the giant Fireline guy. That's his younger brother. He's the youngest. Gauche. Adlai Fana. He's the guy with the sister complex. Gauche. Jack the Ripper. Nozel Silva. Mariella.
don't know who you are.
Oh, I remember her. There's an arc where you're gonna see who taught. It's for some reason it seems like a retcon kind of thing, but it's not actually changing anything. It's just like, oh, by the way, this is why why we can expect this. Because you get a lot farther in the series, and then you have this weird like 3-episode flashback, and it explains why Asta knows how to sword fight, because he actually finds a sword master in the woods, and learns under him.
Just weird, huh?
Yeah, it's before he goes and takes the Magic Knight entrance exam. And we just get this flashback for 3 episodes of like, oh, by the way, this is why I know how to sword fight, by the way. Because I found the sword master in the woods, and this is one of the sword master's assistants.
Does she fall in love with Asta too?
She changes her moral compass because of Asta. Red Thread of Fate cat. The cat. Ha! The cat itself. Rouge. Klaus Linnets. Some of these people I don't even know. Witch Queen. Landros Raya. Vivitch. Lotus Wilmot. Gordon. He's the Poison Curse guy. Solid Silva. Why is he so popular? Solid Silva is more popular than William Vengeance? Solid Silva is like... He's the older brother of Noelle, but he's not the oldest. He's not the squad captain guy. He's like... He's older, but none of the power that Nozel has. And he's a complete butthole.
He's the loudmouth one, right?
Yeah. Why is he more popular than William Vengeance? He might be Mr. Perfect, but at least he's a good guy. he's actually really pure of heart. But he's a good guy to a fault. Like, he's so good that he's willing to let people do bad things because he wants to care about them. Which comes in huge later on. Langris, which is... Other guys is... Finral. It's his younger brother. The one that got the family legacy. Oh, Dorothy Unsworth. That's the sleepy captain. Dorothy Unsworth. Like, let me pull you into the dream world. Haha, I control everything now. Ha ha ha. Sucks to be you.
It's
Real,
basically domain expansion.
real Boyce Mortar. He's the paint guy. How far does this go? 46? Okay. Well, let's just go to the second poll. So Asta's still number 1. Yami's still number 2. Yuno's number 3 now. Locke went all the way up to 4. Julius Novachrono, deservedly number 5. Fuegolion's number 6. You know who we're not seeing here? Noelle. She's all the way down to 9. Gauche is all the way up at 8?
Ghost beat Noelle.
The sister complex beat Noelle. That's hilarious. Poll number 3. Asta, Yami. Noelle's back up to 3. Yuno. Marileona Vermilion. The brute punch lady. Charlotte. Rosalie, excuse me. Charmy Poppetson. Mimosa actually shot up. Luck is still up here. Gauche is still up here. Fuegolion's still up here. Interesting. Poll number 4. Asta, Yami, Charlotte. Holy cow. People really ship these two. Because she wants so badly to tell him how she feels. And she just can't do it. And she's not a jerk to him like Noelle is to Asta. You know, Noelle is up here, unfortunately. Sekiri Swallowtail. You'll find out who that is later. Gauche, Luck, Leopold. Oh, cool. The 5th poll. The 5th popularity poll results were published in issue 41 of 2021.
What?
Noelle's number 1.
What?
80,000 by a landslide victory. What was the 4th one? A lot more people voted in this one. Look at the difference. We went from like 4,000 the top character to 80,000. Noelle beat him.
No, it's rigged.
We got a couple of newcomers. Noct, Dante.
I'm calling it right now. It's rigged.
Oh, I just ruined something for myself. I didn't know who that was, and for some reason I thought it was a good idea to go to his character page. Okay. Yeah, but Noct, Dante, I don't know who Dante is. I just learned who Noct was. I'm not that far. I just started the arc where I just found out that I'm starting the arc where I find out who Noct is. Every squad has a vice captain, by the way. The second in command. Gauche is 6. Luck is 5. What happened to Yami? He's all the way down here. Charlotte, you know. That kind of ruined that surprise. The 6th poll came out in 45 of 2022. Noelle's still number 1.
I'm calling BS.
I am too. Asta, Yami's back up. Yuno's back up. Dante's still up here. Noct's all the way down there. Kahano. Gauche is still so high for some reason. Charlotte. And that was the last one, I think, right? Yeah. They haven't done a poll since 2022, huh? Interesting.
They found out they were rigged.
That's probably because the series hasn't gone on past season 4, I think. A bunch of these people didn't get votes at all. Tabata's wife. Oh, the purple orcas. Excuse me. Interesting. So,
And
Noelle, unfortunately, has a lot of people that really like her. I wouldn't, like, if there was someone in my real life that was around me like that, I'd be like, you're really mean.
She's a horrible person.
I'm royalty. I don't care.
You're a royal pain in the art. Mm-hmm.
If she kept hitting me with water because I did something that she didn't like or I was around other women, I would be pretty upset about it.
I just sat there and ate all that cinnamon sugar stuff.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that you don't need to eat dinner tonight.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to go to bed sick. So bad.
You're going to go to bed sick?
Yep, I'm going to go to bed sick. So.
You need popcorn. You need something salty in your tummy.
Oh.
Man, I really like...
It's just I was just sitting here listening to you read through popularity polls on an anime, and I'm just stuffing my face with cinnamon sugar pretzels. Oh, all the regrets, all the regrets,
All the regrets.
all the regrets.
The tasty regrets.
Oh, no wonder I'm fat.
I still don't know what power I want.
I just sat here, ate cinnamon sugar coated carbs. This whole bag, dude. This whole bag. Gone.
This is the gods among men tier. So whoever made this tier list has obviously got a personality that they prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Gods among men tier. Finral. Ramosa?
Mimosa?
Mimosa, yeah, there we go. Asta, Gordon, Gauche, Julius Novachrono, Fuegoleon, Claude. He's the super uptight team leader for Yuno.
Yeah,
the
and
Golden Dawn.
didn't he like wind up like changing his attitude towards Asta at some point in time?
Yeah, he does, 100%. And Yuno too. Because they both can style on him any day.
Yeah.
And then, hey, Magna. And then the yes, I really like them. Stop judging me tier. He's one of the villains. I don't know if you've seen him yet.
No.
Matter of fact, these are all kind of...
Those are all villains?
except for him, he's just a bully. He's the guy that tricks Asta. He's his friend at first.
No,
and then he's
that
like,
guy's the worst.
He's
Okay?
the aha
That-
guy.
That's the worst one, okay? All of the rest of the villains on there are all right. That one, that guy
That's
right
the
there.
little devil.
That and surprisingly, he's less than him.
Not love, but really like tier.
Asta spent his
Marks.
entire life getting put down and abused
Balls.
verbally by everyone. This dude shows up and is the first
Raya.
person to show any type of like affection towards Asta, and it's because he's manipulating him. That guy is the worst.
Not love, but really like tier. We got Noel. Right in the middle.
No, go away.
Raya, he's one of the villains. Oh, I don't remember his name. Mars, there he is. He's the guy that makes the diamond swords. Leopold, the younger brother of Fuegoleon. Like tier. Yami, Jack the Ripper. Rosalie, Charlotte. This is Vanessa. Gray. Whoa. No!
What are you doing?
I clicked for some reason. I didn't want to. I don't remember her name. It's like Fainal, Lock,
Funnel.
Funnel.
Funnel
the
cake.
tier. Oh, wait. So this is Noel. Who are you? I don't know who that is.
Isn't that also Noel?
It looks a lot like Noel, so I think it's Noel's mom. Because it's the only character that looks like Noel.
But why is
I don't remember who that is.
Why is-
that's Konoha. Or Konoho.
why is Lily in the tier, but Noel is in the not
I don't
love
know,
but
'cause
really like
That's
tier?
this person just made this list this way.
This person sucks.
These two are brother and sister. They're from the Undersea arc. That's this person is the assassin person. That's the swordmaster's assistant in the woods. This is Mimosa up here, her older brother. Mimosa and this guy, he's like a beauty dude. He's like, everything must be beautiful. They're the younger siblings of Fuegoleon, the fire guy, and the eldest of them all, Lady Merleon. So this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person, they're all siblings.
Wow.
That's a big family.
They're the Weasleys. They all have red hair, too.
Really? This is the redhead that Asta dates for a little bit. This is a nun that can actually command the respect of the two nobles, the two most powerful fire mages, because she raised them as their tutor, and she also uses fire magic. Can see the appeal but still don't like Tyr, Nozel, Sol, and Rades. The screams in corner with cross Tyr. Ladros. I don't even remember this guy. His name. He uses glass magic.
There's some goofy looking people in there.
He doesn't do anything the whole series. He uses glass magic. He comes up every once in a while. This is the Witch Queen. When you get to that
When I get to that arc,
you'll see her come up. She's one of the villains. She's the scientist that makes the giant gelatinous salamander, or the whatever that thing is
not
called.
there yet.
This is the pixie that Yuno has. Where is Yuno? Anyways, I haven't seen him on this list yet.
Dude,
is he not on here?
No, he is. He's up there. He's on the not loved but really liked tier. Keep going.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
You can tell because Yuno is the one whose hair has no idea which direction it wants to go in.
Oh, I see. Yes, indeed. This is. I can't tell if that's the sister or the brother. I think that's the sister. Noelle's older sister. She sucks too. I'm not even sure who that is, to be honest with you. That looks like maybe the brother. Kind of similar.
Loser.
And then this is one of the purple orcas captains that gets thrown in jail.
Why are they always weird looking? They always look like they're a tree in disguise.
Yeah, he has the ability to vanish from existence.
And what?
Yeah. At first they describe it as turning invisible, but then like while he's invisible, he's like, yeah, they think I'm invisible, but really I actually vanish from existence. I can walk around and do whatever I want, but people can't interact with me. I was like, that's crazy good. And the only person that can deal with him is Asta, because Asta's anti-magic.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, we can't touch him. We literally cannot do a single thing. He can walk right out of here, and none of us could stop him. And Asta's like, that sucks for him. Bam! And he's like, of course.
just straight up cool story, bro. He ran in there with the stop resisting.
And he's the only one that could do it. Like, in front of God and everybody, that guy's like, cool. You found me out. I'm the traitor. But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to walk right out of here. And even Julius, the Wizard King, is like, yeah, that sucks. We really can't do anything about that. If only we had someone with anti-magic swords. And Asta's like, gotcha. Wham! And he's like, how? All right, we have the, does anyone actually have an opinion on these characters? They're so irrelevant tier. This is the embodiment of Ice Sky. He's just a jerk. I don't even know who that is. That's the dad to these two. He's a powerful underwater mage.
Isn't that the father?
Yeah, that's the priest. That's one of the Golden Dawn wizards. He's a jerk. He hates Yuno. He absolutely despises Yuno, because Yuno's like, oh, I'm the newbie. I'm not a royal, and I'm better than everyone, because I am. And he's like, oh, I'm not gonna have this. Best spell, go. Oh, I got defeated instantly. Oh, I guess Yuno is the best. This is Grandpa. This is the dad to this guy. The grandpa to these two.
Yeah.
And he sucks at everything he does. This is another guy from the Gold Dawn. I think, if I'm remembering, he's actually got the best scouting magic, because he can make a sand table in front of him that's an exact replica of an environment that he wants to see, and it will show little people walking around and whatnot.
Oh,
It'll
really?
give like a live, up-to-date image of whatever it is he wants to look at on a sand table in front of him.
That is so cool.
It is very powerful, and he doesn't even have to like necessarily see what it is that he's copying. He just sends sand out, and as long as sand is touching whatever environment he's wanting to see on the sand table, he can duplicate it on the sand table. So they go up to an enemy hideout, and he fills the hideout with sand. And this, I mean, it's not like filling it with sand. Like there's buckets of sand inside the hideout. There's just grain here, grain here, grain there.
Just little spritz.
And if he's got grain inside his little sand particles inside the hideout, he can duplicate it up to date with actual live movement of
Could you imagine
enemies.
using his ability with the teleport guy?
They don't work together in any sense
But
so far, but I could see that being really good. There's other people that do things similar to what he can do, just not to his incredible level. Like Mimosa, right here.
Yeah.
She has I don't remember what she calls it, but this flower sprouts out of the ground and it creates this magical light that can show like the sizes of rooms, and then it shows little blinking dots of like people if they're in the rooms.
right, like
so she
sonar.
can be like, oh, we need to turn left, or we need to go right, or there's somebody in the next room over. She can do things like that. But he can make like, here's Portland.
Yeah.
And here's the people walking around. It's insanely powerful.
Did your thing just black out?
Yeah, it flashed for a little bit. Man.
Are you losing power, buddy?
Yeah.
The yeah. If the teleport guy could just take some sand and just in certain places, and then that dude's just like, behold.
Unfortunately, Finral can only make portals where he's been.
Mm.
So if it's a new enemy hideout and he's never been in there, he can't make a portal and do it. Unfortunately.
You know who can carry sand into places?
Who can carry
The-
sand into places?
The bird.
There's a Black Clover movie.
Ow. I don't know. Don't know, buddy.
Is there a Black Clover movie? I kind of want to watch a Black Clover movie. Or I want to watch it when it's appropriate to watch it.
When it's appropriate to watch it.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it out of order from the series.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Kind of like when I watched the, what was it? It was the, I didn't watch it, but I saw Mugen Train. It's on the Demon Slayer.
What? No, I don't want to search Bing AI. What?
What did you just do?
Why are we on my Bing?
I don't know.
No. I don't want to be in images. How do I get off of images?
I don't know. Go to all.
Where's that? Where do you see that at?
I don't. I can't see any of that. It's all blurry to me.
The all is not on here.
Filter.
No, that's just color, shape, license, size. I don't want to do images anymore. Why more? Flight travels. My Bing. What? Why?
Why are you in Bing? Why not in Chrome?
I don't know how I'm in Bing.
Just all right. This is what you do. You copy.
Just go to a whole different thing.
There you go.
There we go. Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King.
All right.
Sword of the Wizard King is Japanese animated fantasy action film directed by blah blah blah. I don't care about that.
Just look at the. Don't read it in the synopsis. Just read the release date.
Initially set to be released on March 31st of 2023 in Japan at Friday Roadshow, as well as worldwide through Netflix. It was postponed until June 16th of 2023, so almost a year ago. So this movie came out less than a year ago, June 16th,
Okay.
2023, due to a coronavirus outbreak.
You don't.
I do want to know when it's supposed to take place. The Clover Kingdom is celebrating and watching the Triumph fighting tournament held every 10 years. However, the first match is interrupted by the return of Conrad Leto, the 27th Wizard King, who had been sealed away by Julius Novacono for turning against the kingdom. Together with the Imperial Sword Elstosia, Conrad has revived 3 dead Wizard Kings, blah 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 blah, and enacts his plan to turn the Colosseum into a weapon. Asta and the other Magic Knights must find a way to stop the Wizard Kings from destroying the Clover Kingdom.
Did that tell you anything? Because that did not
I
tell
have no
me
idea when
anything.
that takes place.
That told me nothing. Hey, guess what time it is?
Thank you for joining us in another episode of Off the Rails Podcast. I've been your host, Kenny. And I'm joined today by my good friend,
Tony, the guy who sits here and pushes all the buttons and got really fat tonight eating a bunch of sugary stuff. Everyone, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and you can catch us on all the things, the YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, which is now called X, Rumble, internet stuff. Thank you all for joining us, and make sure that you tune in again next week, Tuesday, for another episode of The Last Move. And, internet, it's
your move, Internet.